What's up, everybody? Back to the Honest Hobo. I am the Honest Hobo. And today, well, but before we even get started with that, you know how we start this off. Let's crack a cold one. Yep. And if you got one, drink it with me. Yeah, nothing fake around here. All right, today we're going to start off with this movie I was watching. And it's a series on Netflix. It's called The Black Mirror. And they have a lot of different skits. It kind of remind me of the Twilight Zone from back in the day. So on this one, I picked this one, and I'm gonna get to the point towards the end of the video, where it starts off in this sci-fi world, everyone kind of is stuck in their own little space. They're surrounded by monitors, and they can design it the way they want to see it, what they want to see. Now, if you look very closely, because they have screens around them, they always hit with advertisement. And they have to pay to get away from the advertisement. Why do you have to pay for something that you didn't want in the first place? And it shows more how isolated everyone is. He's about to put in his earplugs, and he's going to be totally detached from the world as he's interacting with the world. And this is where I want to get to. And if you don't mind, Honest Hobo, tell them what I'm talking about.
One is independent on their own. They live in these little cubicles, and they're just on top of each other, but no one truly interacts with anybody. Everybody's on their phone.
Exactly what he says. And if you watch closely to the screen, you can see each person is working. And even though they're side by side, they have a screen right in front of them. I don't know, you might see that as a TV, the little phone that we have. And each person is watching something that is tailor-made for them. They have activities that they interact with, but they truly don't do it. But they feel like they're doing it. It gives them the feeling of it. Then you go back to the gamer. You go right back home. You're right back in front of a screen. You're not interacting with anyone. You just got the screen. And hold up. They're about to hit it. Boom! Hit them with advertisement. Right in the middle. Now you have to pay to get out this advertisement. Now, you should go watch the movie. It's a lot deeper than that. It gets into a lot of different things. I just want to keep this one. And if you didn't see that with the audience behind them, that's where we're going to talk about. Because each person in here have their own avatar. When they interact with people, they have their own avatar. Because you got to understand, they really don't interact with people. They interact with people with screens, on screens. And you have your own avatar that you interact with people. So, okay, now I guess we're about to get back to work. So, hit him with another advertisement. There you go. And then you got to pay to do that. Maybe he pays to keep it. But as you see again, another day starts all over again. Back in his cubicle, waking up by himself, no interactions, no good morning, how you do, how did you sleep? Now, this is what I want right here. Boom. I'm going to go back just a tad bit. Right there. Do you see in the background all those people? Now, you might look at it it's just a graphic. But in this sci-fi movie, all those people back there are real people. They're real people in their homes, in their little cubicles, watching something on TV or the monitor that they have in their homes. Okay? So each one of those people represents an actual person who's alive, that's sitting at home right now. Okay? That's all I wanted to point out, and we'll get back to the nitty-gritty. All right. So, as you see, right now, this is one of those talent shows, and the woman is performing in front of judges. And then you got all these people back there watching it, just like any other TV show that you watch, and you can see the crowd. Now, that's a cool one right there. As you will see, that as he's watching the show, there's a camera on him that truly portrays his emotions, his movements, what he's doing. So as he's watching her, there's a camera on him that portrays his emotions as his avatar, as everyone else is watching it, and they're seeing his avatar in the audience of all these people watching the same show, giving everybody the feeling that they are socializing, which is so far from the truth. Now, as you get farther into it, as I saw, you can see that all these people's emotions and stuff are dictating on how they really look and feel inside the little cubicles. But they're still interacting with everyone else. And this is where I feel that they're trying to take us. This is what I feel they want us to do. They want to separate us. They want us to be in these little cubicles. Well, I'll leave that for homeboy, but I just want them to all separate so that way we cannot talk and communicate and actually truly feel what each other are going through or truly socialize with anyone. Because as long as they do that, they give us the illusion that we're with someone. And if you didn't understand the first time, Hobo, tell them what I'm talking about.
One is like independent on their own. You live in these little cubicles.
He said. And as you see, this is going to continue to keep going on and on. Now, I'm about to get to the part where...
You live in these little cubicles.
Okay, we heard you. Now, here we go. This is where the part where science fiction meets reality. Now, I know you're probably listening to me. It's like, oh, he's talking crazy. You don't know what he's talking about. He must have been drinking again. Well, you wasn't wrong on that. But anyway, that's besides the point. Howie, break it down for him and tell him exactly what's going on right now.
You know, America and people live on stage. So, and the audience is being beamed in live. That's a real audience. That wall that you see behind me. It's not virtual. Well, it is virtual, but it's virtually real. They're all sitting in their homes watching and applauding. And
I couldn't say it any better than that. And you saw the big old screen with all these people watching the show while the show is watching them. And they all feel like they're part of the studio audience. They still call them. It's the audience. Okay, cool. Now, just so you don't think that I'm tripping, because I know you probably think I'm tripping, that's okay. But you never left home. I'm going to show you another thing that is happening. I'm pretty sure some of you have seen it, some of you haven't. They took it to another level. Took it totally to another level. And, okay, I'll get to my point in a minute. But here you go. Check this out. Even on this talk show, they did the same thing. But they did it a little bit more intimate. As you see right there. Let me stop. Boom. They took out all the chairs. Nobody invited in, and they just put up giant screens where everybody should be sitting at. And now people are coming in, watching the show, being part of the show, you know, having that feeling like, I'm part of the show. No, you're not. You're sitting at home. You dummy. You idiot. You think you're part of the show. And I think it's even deeper than that. Because now people won't even say, hey, watch this show because it's a good show. No, they're going to say, hey, watch this show because you can see me on TV. You idiots. Something ain't right with you. I swear something's not right. Something must be in the water because I sure enough it ain't in the beer because I'm the only one thinking right now. All right, anyway. So as you can see, they got all these people on there, they're interacting, and they feel like they're part of it. This is where they're trying to go. Like that little sci-fi movie I showed you seems like, oh, that's just sci-fi, it will never happen. It's happening right now. Now, and here's the thing that I always want to say. It's like, I understand that all this is happening because of the COVID-19. And they want to keep everybody safe. But here's my question. When COVID is over, is any of this going to change? Or is it going to be more convenient to do this? Now think about it. You could sit in your home, you could wake up in your home, you know, got whatever you want on your screens. You can call and interact with anybody, your friends or family, you know. You don't even have to be there, just say, hello, how you doing? Oh, we're going to get to the next point too. Trust me, I'm foreshadowing on this one. So you can sit there and say hi, whoever you want to, right? Then, with the people at home, you can actually sit at home and do your job, you know. Like never leave the house and just do stuff at home. YouTubers! I don't know where that came from. But, and just like this, like after you get finished doing your job, you can go out for a show. Just like you see on the screen. You know, go out for a show, get to hang out, whatever. And then it gets to the point, like after you do your show, you go home, or you never left home. You never left home. You never interacted with anyone. Then you just somebody on, social media, I guess, and then you can go out on a date. Oh, have a nice date, face to face. You sitting there eating dinner, they're eating dinner, little candlelight over here, boo, 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 and have a nice date and that conversation, and then nice over, then you go back home. You never left home. Anyway, let's go to the next part of this. This is how far they're gonna keep going. And as you see, she's still interacting, and she's making a big thing about it, and then that's just the way it's going to be. I don't think it's ever going to change. I think it's always going to stay this way. This is what they want from us. They want us to be just isolated, but at the same time, they're going to make us feel that we're actually socializing and being something. Now, this was cool. Okay, now, I pause it because I really want you to see what's happening, right? Now, they're trying to do court. Trying to have legal arguments and debates over TV. Over the TV. As you see right there, you got the defendant. Boom. She's on TV. You got the defendant. Boom. On TV. Now, hold on. Let's see it. Let's see it. Come on. Hold on. Bah! The judge is on TV. The only person in the room is the guy just walking around talking about, hey, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? To a TV screen. You feeling me? To a TV screen. Now, once again, I know people like, well, they're just doing it because it's COVID. Okay, cool, great. But once it ends, is this going to change? Or is this going to be such a norm that it's just the way it's going to be? And I get it. They'll say, it's just TV. No big deal. But you don't understand how TV or anything that you take in kinds of help get you comfortable to a new way of looking at things. Hey, this used to be a science. It's still a science. People just don't know about it. Like back in the World Wars, they wanted everyone to have radios. When they came up with radios, first they were trying to sell them, but when the war came around, they made sure everybody had radios. Everybody had a radio in their homes. Why? So they could push their narrative. Period. They could sell you whatever they wanted to sell you. They could tell you whatever they wanted to tell you, and they could entertain you any way they wanted to entertain you. If they wanted to push something, they would do it over radio. And they're doing it now. They're doing it now. So once you get used to this, now remember all the things I said about you being in your own little cubicle. You woke up, you talked to your friends, you interacted with your friends, you went to work, you never left the house, you went out to a show, you never left the house, you went out on a date, you never left the house, and now you get to go to court without even leaving the house. What kind of people are like that? YouTubers! I'm sorry, I don't know where that came from. But, that's just an inside joke. Sorry about that, y'all. But could you imagine that? Just in the house, never left. You get a summons to be in court, and it says, I need you to be in court at 2 o'clock. So please go to this channel at 2 o'clock so you can go to court. And then you go to court, and you plead your case and all this kind of things, and the next thing you know, you owe somebody $500. And you never left the house. You big dummies. But anyway, let's get on with this. So that's how bad it's getting. And now, I'm afraid that it's going to become a norm. It's so bad that the judge is not going to even leave the house. She's just at home. It's bad enough to make these little jokes like what they got up under the robe. They really ain't got nothing up under the robe now. Seriously. Now, we're going to get to the next part where they're going to take it to a whole different level. And I'm going to shoot to this one. Okay, it's coming up right about now. No. Here we go. As you see, same old thing. TV on screen. There we go. Now, everybody knows about robots. Everybody's familiar with them. No one's scared of them. But this is a basic, normal robot that just walks around doing basic, normal jobs. Passing out water. Taking one package to another thing. There's no harm in this. There's no harm in this at all. I actually like this. Matter of fact, I was actually thinking about buying one for my home that can do little things to go from room to room. So, where the problem comes from is that, yes, it's convenient, it's nice to look at, it's fun to look at, but it's actually taking a job away from somebody. And you can have that argument all you want about it taking jobs and someone who could be doing this physically, and this is more, and people will make good money on it. But this is not what I'm really, really worried about. As I was talking about people being on screens and people interacting with each other without actually physically being in front of each other. Like, you lose all that social activity, all that social knowledge. Now they put a screen on the belly of the damn machine who's just walking around emptying trash and stuff like that. So now you got the appearance of actually interacting. Like, let me pause this real quick, like just to really quick say this. Like, you would have a nurse come in and bring you something. You have a nurse come in and check your vitals. Now they can have a machine to come in and do this very basic, like, activities or very basic jobs, right? And you might feel like, oh, that's kind of rude. Oh, so how did they fix it? No, they just put the face of the nurse who's sitting at her desk at the end of the hallway, who can't get off her ass and just walk down to the room. She just sends the robot down there with a little face on it. Oh, wow. Seriously? Same thing with the doctors. Doctors can't be bothered to stop by and visit you and say how you doing, how you feeling well. You're like, I'm feeling okay, to look at your charts. But a lot of times, it's all about interaction. Human interaction, people. Wow. So now you got this. But you feel like, oh, the doctor just came by. The doctor didn't come nowhere. The doctor never left his house. You got to get that around your head. Forget what they're trying to sell you. You just got this big old thing running around the house with your picture on it. And you feel like you're truly interacting. This is where they're going to have us. This is where they're going with this. They're going to keep us all in the house. They ain't going to keep us. We're going to allow it. That's the fuck. Sorry. I'm trying to keep this one a little bit more clean. We're going to allow it because it's more convenient for us to do all this. They know it's by far the worst thing to happen. But we're just going to keep on doing it. Why? Because it's more convenient. Hey, it's easy. I get to do all this and never leave the house. What happens when you don't get a chance to leave the house? What happens when you're not allowed to leave the house? But now they got all these systems in play. You ain't gonna even worry about it. So, I'm gonna leave it at that. I think I ran it a little bit enough and I said my piece. But please comment, let me know what you think. And y'all have a great day. Hey, don't forget to subscribe, share, and do all that stuff you're supposed to, because, you know, I can't stay in the house if y'all don't do that, because I can't be a YouTuber if you don't. Y'all have a good one. Y'all have a great day. Peace. I am Honest Hobo.